Hey guys, welcome to another video. This weekend, me and Yassine had a pretty busy weekend in the kitchen. I started off by making a birthday cake for my little sister's birthday. She was turning 5, so she requested a chocolate cake that was Elsa themed, or Frozen themed, whatever. So I'm just here layering the cakes now. The top part was quite crumbly actually, so I wrapped them up and put them in the fridge to chill. This just creates some more moisture as well. So I started making a chocolate ganache here, which was just 2 parts chocolate to 1 part cream, which I just boiled and poured right over. Let it sit for a bit, whisked it up as much as I could because the chocolate chunks were kind of big, so it took some effort. But yeah, until I got a very smooth consistency. And then I chilled that to get a thicker consistency for spreading, and I layered that between each cake, which I soaked in sugar syrup to add more moisture. This just helps with the final product. It doesn't add any extra sweetness really, it just kind of makes it more moist. Yep, and this was my very crumbly layer that I put straight in the middle of the cake, which was fine because it kind of just was hiding in there and nobody was able to notice once it was all covered up. And I just finished covering the cake, smoothed it out as much as I could so that I could cover it with buttercream. So then the next day I actually made the buttercream and coloured it and spread it all over the cake to make kind of like a gradient. And then I just cut out Elsa's face onto some fondant and stuck her on with some sprinkles and some snowflakes that I also cut out from fondant. I stuck them on and chilled it overnight, and then in the morning I put these rice paper sails on that I made and a cake topper, and it was done.
Meanwhile, I was at the butcher. I'm getting some steaks for our steak dinner night. We had some friends come over. As you can see, for some reason I decided to buy the whole ribeye, which had a little bit of marbling there, which wasn't too bad. I cut up my portions, 4 portions for the dinner. I salted them and put them in the fridge so they can dry brain a bit. I also left that half ribeye in the fridge to dry age a bit. After that, I started peeling some parsnips to make some parsnip purees next to the steaks. Roughly chopped them up into the pot with some milk and let that come to the boil slowly. I then started preparing my vegetables. For some roasted vegetables on the side is always nice. Purple carrots there with some sweet potatoes, onions, have them already cut up. After that, I wanted to start on my mushroom sauce prep. So there's some eschalots all diced up, some leek after that, and some garlic. I like to have everything pre-chopped, pre-sliced, so I can just get onto the cooking when the time is ready. Next up, I had to make some spice mix for my roasted veggies. So there's some garlic powder, some onion powder, some fresh herbs and some salt. Some olive oil with the veggies there. I sprinkle it on top and then it just goes straight into the oven. Then my parsnips were ready to be blended, so they go in the blender with a little bit of milk if needed and blend them all up. There's my beautiful wife doing her thing. Until it's all nice and smooth. Add a bit of xanthan there to get that glossy texture. Steaks out of the fridge now, bring them up to room temp. Get that pan nice and hot. Cast iron is my favorite, and getting a nice sear, of course. I only had to do 2 at a time just because I didn't have much space. Flip them over when they get a nice crust. Did the same thing with other 2 steaks. Had a bit of trouble with my cooking stove there just because I'm not used to cooking with electric stoves. Anyways, after that I got into my mushroom sauce. In the same pan I put my leeks, garlics and eschalots, my mushrooms and also my spice mix, a little bit of Dijon mustard there. I deglaze with a little bit of white wine vinegar and then goes in my cream, reduce it, season, and that is done and out of the way. Once the guests arrived, I put the steaks back in the pan, put a little bit of butter with some fresh aromats, some garlic. I wanted to give it a little bit of basting, but I didn't have much space in the pan, as you can see. So I just had to sort of move it around a bit and get them all nice and basted. Of course, not all of them were cooked to the same temperature, so that was a bit of a challenge as well. After that, I just took them out when they were ready, and it was time for slicing and enjoy the cinematic view. Plated them all up. It was very nice. We all loved it and enjoyed it. And then we had
dessert. I decided to keep it quite simple. I whipped up some cream, added some mascarpone and vanilla to create a very luscious cream like this, and then served it with a mango and berry salad which had mint and lime juice in it. And that was the end of our weekend. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye!